You're listening to another Woodshop podcast, the okayest podcast of its type. Your hosts are Daniel Dunlap of Daniel Dunlap Woodworks, Peter Kapar of Petrie's Workshop, and am I reading this right? You guys are bringing this guy in as a third host? There goes the podcast.
Welcome to episode 200 of another Woodshop podcast. We lasted longer than people expected. We released more episodes than anyone really expected. We violated several OSHA and Geneva Convention rules, but here we are, episode 200, and we figured it's about time we bring in a third host to fill in all the awkward silences that Dan and I leave in the hour and a half long show. So we are happy to announce and welcome our third new host, Braden Bogues. Woo!
Who? That's a lot of enthusiasm for like a 3-episode contract.
Yeah, but it's fine. It's still, we locked you down.
We'll see. We'll see what happens.
Well, guys,
sorry,
if you missed, he's a minority hire that we got.
Bug pequeño.
Yeah, a little buggo, a tiny buggo, woodworking. He's a Latin woodworker. He works with a lot with exotics. But also, Dan, do you know who else works with our exotics?
Our patrons, obviously.
Yes. Yeah, this guy gets it.
We have the best patrons on the planet Earth.
Better than all the other podcasts combined.
On all the planets combined, frankly.
Honestly, all 8 of them.
Including or not including Pluto?
Signed.
Including, don't be sacrilegious.
Pluto is a
planet.
Celestial body. Speaking of celestial bodies, Dan.
Nope.
Looking good.
Is this another segue into our patrons?
No, it's just Dan lost a lot of weight, and I don't know if those are space pants, but that ass is out of this world.
I didn't like that.
No?
I loved it. I loved it.
Thank you. Can we get back to our patrons?
Yeah, they also are out of this world.
Speaking of gravitational pull.
Speaking of attractive bodies.
Here's our patrons. So we got several new patrons this week. And they are... Do I have to read this first?
You have to read it. It's contractual. It's a contract. You have to read all the names.
P Daddy from Petrie's Workshop.
Yeah, baby.
John Herbolschmeyer. He told me how to say his name, and I think I just butchered it.
You definitely did, but that's okay.
Jacob Fuller, Nick Vreeland of NV Woodshop, Luke Bosworth, TEA Woodworks, or is that T Woodworks? Jeremy Claybaugh and Kyler again. A lot of new patrons this week, you guys.
Wait, why do I see more than that? Did you call Caleb out as a new patron? Or no, Caleb. Like, hold on. No, I'm sorry, not Caleb. Jared Lee.
Oh, Jared Lapuma.
Yeah,
oh my gosh, I forgot one.
Patron.
Jared Lapuma is a new patron. Thank you, Jared.
Woo!
Whoop, whoop. I think that's it. Thank you, Pete. We had so many this week that I've lost track of how many we had.
We had multiple.
The math guy could not count that high.
Also, Dan, one of our patrons did reach out. Joel says thank you for a second shout out. He's afraid he's going to get billed twice, and way to butcher his name.
Joel
Balestra.
Balestra.
I probably, or maybe it's Balestre. I probably butchered it too, but don't worry, you're not going to get billed twice. You're going to get billed thrice. That's why we read it again. Haha, joke's on you. Thanks for supporting the show.
So a big special shout out to all of our VIP patrons. And they are as follows. John Herbolschmeyer of Living Lath Woodworks. Luke Bosworth, as far as I know. Jared Lapuma, Tyler Booth of Temecula Yard Games, Henry Lutens, Scotty Holland of Elevated Wood Design, Charlie Coons of Stubby K Studio, Justin from Fraser Canyon Woodworks, Jesse McIntyre from Sage Hill Woodcraft, Michael at Gillette Woodworks, Victor R. Gama at Whim Designs. Bring the nip. At Nick Brim Woodworks.
Bring on the nip, bring on the noise.
Congratulations on 200 from Max. And not Alyssa at Redesign Co.
Damn.
Matt Maynard of Patriotic Pines. Bill Burkle from WTB Woodworking. Malcolm, the voice of AWP at Bossa Nova Woodworks. Justin Addy from Calvary Customs. Congrats on 200 episodes. From Patrick Gensel.
I love that they changed their names. It's so great.
Michael Flickinger, Scott Shirk from Red Lake Custom Woodworks, Max and Mindy Coons of Stubby K Studio, and Justin Bailey from Campfire Woodworks. Thank you to all of our patrons, not just the VIP patrons that go above and beyond every week, but thank you to every one of you who support this show now for 200 episodes.
Which is kind of crazy. So crazy.
You want to help support us and join the Met Army, you can go over to patreon.com/Another Woodshop Podcast and join one of our many tiers over there and get signed up.
Dan, you missed one.
Who'd I miss?
You missed one. I know you missed one.
Who?
You're gonna have to find it.
Oh,
And while you're looking, Pete and I are gonna move on.
okay.
This
Was it Pete
Pete,
Daddy from Peach's Workshop?
Pete, this is that alliance that I was talking to you about.
Oh, no, we didn't get to that question yet.
No, that's not a question.
Breaking
That's just a
continuity.
thing.
You're breaking continuity. The question comes in or the voicemail comes in later. Dan, don't worry about it. We're not plotting against you.
Yeah, because I'm freaking out right now. Like,
It's
who,
okay
Who
to
are you
freak
talking about? Who did I miss?
Dan, there's nobody. I'm just messing
There's
with you.
nobody. No,
There's nobody.
Don't do that.
he's
to me.
already
Don't do
starting
that.
fires. This is I'm already regretting my decision.
Oh, the regret will be fast. The regret will be fierce, and the regret will be forced to tolerate because contractually, y'all are stuck with me now
For
There's-
3
yeah.
episodes?
for 3 episodes.
At least
Three
3 episodes. Yeah, the contract runs out then. You know who we're not stuck with, but we choose to be with? We don't have any sponsors.
Our Patreons.
There's no segue.
I was confused.
What we do have though is because it's episode 200, we actually reached out to a bunch of brands in a community that are very involved, and we got them all to throw in a little bit of something for a huge giveaway.
Something.
A little something. So throughout this episode,
Yeah.
we have a ton of voicemails. It's going to be basically a voicemail heavy episode. But in between the voicemails, we're going to throw in all the different giveaways and some of the I'll list all the brands. We got Surf Prep, we got Boss Dog Glue, Total Boat Calavera, Rockler, CNC with Me, Bumblechutes, Patrick Gensel, Justin Bailey, and we also have some AWP swag. So all of
And
those
Rockler.
and I mentioned Rockler. Didn't I?
Did you?
Rockler this way.
Pretty sure yeah. Adam is
I
the
don't
greatest woodworker, Rockler. Yeah, that guy. Yeah. So yeah, no, we're giving away a bunch of stuff. We're gonna be giving us a different secret code phrase throughout the episodes for each one of the giveaways, and you'll have to email us to where, Dan?
awpgiveaway@gmail.com.
That's right. It'll be in the show notes if you don't know how to spell that. That's okay. Giveaway is a hard word. AWP is a lot of
It's
letters.
tough.
So
Tough.
yeah, it's tough. So we're gonna be doing secret code phrases as we come up with them, but there's a lot of fun stuff to win, and we're gonna announce all the winners on next week's episode. So make sure to tune in to find out if you won.
We're gonna draw the winners live next week.
I'm not that
during
good
the
at drawing.
pre-show.
Oh, like draw, like a choose.
Like a
Oh yeah,
sketch.
yeah. Choose.
Oh,
Choose.
I was
I'm
gonna like
not
have
drawing.
to sketch like Adam Barnett.
I'm
or
not
something.
sketching. No. Although Braden, can you sketch? Can you draw?
I can do.
Are you a good drawer?
I can do really, really shoddy cap cuts of people's heads on old movie scenes. So does that help?
That doesn't help.
No.
Not one bit,
I got nothing. I'm out.
Oh.
actually.
Okay. Well, why do we bring him in?
I have no idea.
I don't know.
right
Because
now.
my
I think his
RGB
check cleared.
complimented over here.
His
Well,
check cleared.
Aside from our sponsors, so you guys might be confused. Well, sorry about the noise about my mic, but you might be confused as to what's a Braden Boaks. How do I get one? What is this thing that you guys added onto your podcast? Well, this thing is our good buddy Braden. And we haven't really been looking for a third for the podcast for a while, but The story goes, it was a long time ago, about a month ago, or actually at this point, it's like 8 weeks ago, and I had a really long day at work. Dan was like tired being being behind on orders. I think that's when you were like in the red with Etsy orders, and
I mean, standard procedure for me,
and it
really.
was literally
in the
Thursday
redder.
night, and I like looked at Emma and I go, I can't bring it this week. Like I can't bring it to the pre-show. I'm not gonna be able to keep that show alive this week, and like bring on my 50% of the energy. So I'm like, who can I bring on that's super easy to talk to, that like, and the list was short. There's like 3 or 4 people that like I feel like I can call at any time.
And
be
he was the
like, "Yo."
third person you called.
And he is in that list or below it, you know. No, but Braden was the first person I called. I was like, you know what? Dan's gonna be happy to see Braden. They're both Nebraska boys, and he's super easy to talk to, and we always had good rapport. Let me bring him on. In no way was this even a conversation of like, you know, oh, we were looking for a third or whatever. We brought him on, and at some point, I think Braden went to the bathroom or to get a drink or something, and Dan and I just looked at each other and we're like, did we just like find a third? I was like, is this a thing? It just felt so effortless, and you guys actually gave us a lot of good feedback on that episode. So we started chatting, exploring the the options, and it's been like 6 weeks we've been talking about this. This has been a long time coming, and
It's been in the works for a minute.
it's been in the works for a minute. So we poached them from Sawdust Talk. We apologize to those guys. They lost a great part of their show. And this is just our way of trying to, you know, conquer all the podcasts. Next is Keith Johnson. He's going to be joining us too. And then we're going to try to get somebody. We might get Luke in the Garage from the Joinery podcast. We're just going to do like a Craft Will Never Die thing.
But we will actually never die. I
We'll
think
never
that's the thing. Yeah.
you cockroaches. We're not going to die. We're never
The
not
dead can never die.
But
We're the cockroaches of podcast.
great review.
We are in
also,
every home. You may just not see us.
If you
We're
want to
behind the
help
walls.
grow the show, please leave a review. Actually, that is a great way to do it. The funnier, the better. The more misleading, the better. That's just kind of how we grow. But we're very excited to welcome Braden to the family. And yeah, he's going to be here for at least 3 episodes.
At least.
That's the joke now, I guess.
It's a trial. It's a trial run.
It's a trial,
Three,
yeah.
3 shows, including pre-shows. So
Including pre-show, so it's 2 episodes already today. Well, what's going on, boys? How's everyone doing?
Before we do this,
Okay.
we've had Braden on a couple times now, but I want
Twice.
to
Twos
give
times.
Braden the platform to explain who he is and give people another introduction to who he is and what he does.
give them
So,
the taste.
Braden, give the people a taste.
Do I have to say the thing?
I don't know what
No,
the thing is, but I
don't-
definitely want you to say it.
Well, say it. Say
Who the
it.
hell do you think you are? Well, you're not a guest though. I can't really say it, but
Yeah, I didn't think
show us all the riz that you have.
Ooh, Riz.
me your
Wait. I got a thing for that. Go for it.
Welcome to Braden After Dark. No, I am like
After
many people in the community. I started woodworking and making when COVID hit because, you know, let's just tell that same exact origin story like 100,000 times. But I started doing that. I thought, hey, this is way cheaper than my car hobby. I had a Jeep Wrangler, a couple off-road vehicles. And I thought, hey, you know what? Plywood is cheaper than car parts. And then I went to
was
go
at
buy
the time.
plywood. No, it was not. I went to go buy plywood the first week that it hit like $98 a sheet. And I said, what the heck have I done?
Shit.
Dang. And I figured, you know what? I guess I like this thing. I sold a couple sets of cornhole boards. I got real heavy into that, fixing up my house like a lot of people did. And then I did what my wife always teases me about. And I decided, you know what? This hobby is really relaxing. I'm going to find a way to make it as stressful as possible and build a business around it. And I have grown over the last couple of years from building a couple of sets of cornhole boards as gifts and spare change to buy tools to a, you know, I do some craft fairs, I do some online stuff, but really my business is shaped into small scale manufacturing.
That's my word. That's my thing. You can't
No,
take that.
Yeah.
No,
hey,
I'm
look,
taking.
I'm in
Same.
your
I'm
I'm in your
suing.
color scheme. I'm in your business.
Why
but
do we
the only
hire him?
the only difference is we're in different time zones, so it's okay. Different markets.
He's in my market, actually.
Yeah.
Good luck, Dan.
But anyway, so yeah,
It's all going wrong.
I have pivoted into small scale manufacturing, a lot of corporate branding. If I can laser it, I'm gonna find a way to get somebody to give me money to laser it. So that's who I am. I'm in the community, just
Braden.
doing stuff.
So why? I feel like we miscalculated here, Dan. Brought him on, and he's gonna just take over.
I've been
Is it
playing
too
the
late?
long game.
It's not too late.
Technically, it's too late for one episode and one pre-show because that'll run out my 3-episode contract.
Yeah.
I'm so uncomfortable right
Y'all
now.
y'all are definitely gonna renew me for a second season though.
I don't know. They're like Love Is Blind. Should be canceled.
Let's talk about that show for a second. There's
Love Is
not enough.
Blind?
There's not enough trolls on that show. They're all good-looking people. That is, you can't get a like a.
She looked just like Megan Fox, Dan. Just
I
like
thought you
Megan
meant
Fox.
trolls as in like we need more people to heckle it.
No,
not
trolls
like-
like people that look like they live under a bridge. Trolls.
Oh, actual. Oh,
Answer
I thought you meant, like,
my
trolls, like-
riddle for love.
Oh my God, I thought you meant like trolls, like just people trolling to like they're not there seriously.
No,
Oh, you mean actual
people that
facial
look
trolls.
like trolls.
He means
There's
uggos.
not enough. There's not enough uggos on that show.
Oh no, I just saw you for the first time, supermodel person.
Right?
How will I learn to love you?
She
My-
definitely looked
My
like Megan
wife
Fox,
and
I just
daughter
wanna
were
say.
watching that show, and I was like, "There's something really wrong in this show. This is not."
Something. Yeah, it's rough. I mean, to be fair, it's the same exact thing that people say listen to this podcast.
We
Yeah.
also need more uggos.
We
I
all
am the
have a
Uggo I
face made
bought.
for radio. Okay, let's be real.
I'm the uggo. Me.
Daddy, chill.
You were getting out of hand with these.
No,
I mean,
I
sound
don't-
effects.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Y'all speak for yourself. I have been an international model, so
Oh, wait, Dan, what were you gonna say? You were gonna? Oh, thanks, Dan. Okay, so Braden, okay, actually, here's the thing. We all have a what's on a bench. There's a lot of maker news this week, but in reality, let's talk about that stuff at the end because
We got so many questions.
we have so many questions
So
and
many.
really nice, heartwarming voicemails. Sorry, I'm looking at website. Voicemails that we got from people.
What kind of
and,
website you looking at right now currently?
Corn Hub. It's just like different types of corn.
Pornhub.
welcome to the sexy side of I-80.
Sex. Both sides are sexy. Okay, that's the key thing about I-80. Both sides are hot.
I think we
sexy
found a show title.
The sexy side of I-80. Well, Dan was known for corn internet, which actually I'm really glad that you're not having his popcorn internet right now because it was going in and out.
Oh man, I was
pretty solid.
upset. I was upset.
Dan,
You-
I hate that you're suffering because bad internet is in the year of our Lord 2024. It's the worst sin possible. But I gotta admit, it makes me feel a little bit better that you're having problems with fiber and I'm stuck just being reamed by Cox, and at least my internet is stable.
Cox internet.
Cox
COX
communication.
Like
internet.
Yes.
a Braden hub thing.
Interpret all of that how
Oh,
you will. I knew what I said.
I know. I know what
I don't know. Since we started the pre-show, my internet has seemed pretty stable.
Pretty
so
solid.
I don't know.
I guess your stories did.
Yeah,
did
you
good.
blew him up on the social, and they were like,
Uh,
"Listen, we need to send him the bits, the bytes, and the Wi-Fi's."
I feel like
Yes.
I had no choice at that point.
You're not one
Uh,
to throw your weight around, but you did hit him with "You know who I am."
Well, yeah, I don't like to do that too much, but
He doesn't like to do it. He loves to do it.
it does feel a little good. I'm gonna tell you what. But I called my internet provider 3 days ago and told him that I was having some internet trouble. and by trouble I mean like my internet would drop out 5 to 6 times an hour, which is not good. Not good, especially when your livelihood relies on internet
Stories.
access and
Because
you
you're
have
a creator
podcast.
of content.
Yes.
Yeah.
And they're, the first time I called them, they were very nice, and they said that, oh, we're gonna have somebody contact you, and we're gonna get this taken care of. I'm gonna escalate the issue. I'm like, oh, this is great, thank you. A day goes by, I don't hear anything. Call them back. What's going on? Give me an update. Yes. I'm gonna escalate the issue. We'll have somebody contact you. Okay. Same old situation. 3 days in a row. Today, I was like, look, something needs to happen. I don't know if you know who I am, but I'm kind of a big deal.
Kind of a medium deal.
No, I didn't hit him with that, but I was like, if you don't fix the situation, I'm going to start blasting you on my social media channels, which are not small, but they're not huge, but like something needs to happen. I need internet. I need an internet provider that is stable and that I can rely on.
If I cannot post to OnlyDans at all hours of the day, I can't feed my family.
Thank you.
If
I need
can't
to
get
post
my feet pics on the internet, it defeats the purpose.
I don't like
I
that
get
term.
it.
I don't like it.
No,
I didn't like that, but I did love it.
Yeah.
I didn't like any of it.
You have a defeated look on you, Dan.
Ironically, by you not pointing out that you are kind of a big deal on the internet, they probably actually think that you're nobody on the internet, and they probably like dropped you to the bottom of the queue.
What annoys
but
me
he
even
did
more-
message them from the account that's big. So like, they're
what
probably
annoys
like,
me even
"Oh,
more,
okay."
right, is like they didn't want to take this seriously until I tagged them on my Instagram account, and I messaged them and said, this needs to be taken care of, or I'm going to start posting it elsewhere.
Put you on blast, Dan.
Do you want to hear about another company that I had an altercation with?
Was it penis themed?
Garfield's.
Oh,
Garfield's Hot Waxes.
Oh, I thought it was like a lasagna company. What? Garfield's? All right, we'll leave it at that.
I have no idea what's going on.
Well, you know what, Dan? Speaking of hot waxes, Bumblechutes is giving away some finishes. Are they not?
The super duper mega maker kit?
Super duper duper mega maker kit. So if you want to win, if you want to enter to win the entire kit from Bumblechutes, they're giving away, I'm pulling it up now. I'm definitely not
They're
stalling,
giving
I have it
away
ready, right?
the ultimate maker kit.
Ultimate maker kit. Which
that includes
so many things.
Hold on, I'm pulling it up.
I got it. So it's the Nuba wax, the citrus solvent, their all natural wood finish, and the shop wax. It's a full bungaroo.
That's pretty ultimate.
That's pretty ultimate. It's pretty ultimate, it's pretty maker, it's pretty kit, and it's definitely the. So it's pretty awesome. Now, Dan, do we have hot wax? I feel like hot wax.
Yeah, I was going to say hot wax, actually.
Hot wax. Email hot wax to awpgiveaway@gmail.com.
awpgiveaway@gmail.com. I don't want to have to say this a number of times. Don't send it to the other email.
What email? What email do we send it to?
awpgiveaway@gmail.com.
There you go. Yeah, that's a good one. Shout out to Eric for that giveaway. That's a nice little kit.
Yo, we're huge fans of Bumblechutes, so we're very honored to have them on board with us.
I don't even think you had the entire message typed out before he just responded back with, "Yep, we're in."
Yeah, we're in. You saw 3 dots.
I was
giveaway.
Whatever it is.
I was typing to him, and I was like, "Here's what we got going on." He was like, "Yeah, we're in." So
he was collecting the metrics, and he was like, "Yeah, that's fine."
Eric is fantastic. He's good people. So
he's a good dude. Love
to support him.
One of us. One of those guys. All right, so why don't we get into some voicemails? So let's start off with.
Please and thank you.
the voice of AWP, and that is
What's on
Malcolm.
my voicemail?
What's on my Malcolm?
Hey guys, it's Malcolm from Boston Woodworks. You know, my voicemails are usually short and straight to the point, but I'm going to take a little stroll down memory lane today, so please bear with me. Way back in episode 140, I asked you guys a question about attending Workbench Con for the first time, and at the end of that voicemail, which was the second time I had ever called in, I left this message for Dan. Oh, and Daniel, I did appreciate your little attempt at a Malcolm in the Middle joke last week, but I've never really been in the middle of anything. Unless your mom counts.
Damn.
Oh,
It's brutal.
Damn.
Ooh,
Damn.
wow.
Thank you, Malcolm. Can I go first?
Yeah, please. Dan.
Oh, Malcolm. Malcolm. Thanks for calling.
Malcolm.
When I met all of you about a month later at that event, instead of punching me in the face, Mr. Dunlap hugged me. In fact, you all kind of did, and I thought it was kind of weird, but I went with it. That was also where I met Braden and so many other of my friends for the first time. It's been almost a year and a half since that voicemail, and I'm just grateful to have gotten to know all of you and call you friends. Congratulations on 200 episodes. Oh, and I know Braden wasn't your first choice, or second, or even third, but he'll be fine, and you guys will remain the okayest podcast of its type. Good job, guys.
I have it on good authority that Daniel Dunlap is still using Bumblechutes full body salve on that burn.
and
Accurate.
Braden, to full disclosure, so Braden may have not been our first choice or second choice or third choice.
Or fourth.
He
or
was
fifth.
choice E.
I was
He was
choice.
E.
We ran out of numbers.
I was choice. Hey, we have 15 minutes before the show. Can you? I guess.
Can
and
you,
I was
I guess?
and I
And
was
he
at the
said,
store.
I guess.
And I was so thirsty. I was like, yeah, I could probably get there. I guess. And then I sped all the way home.
Do you remember the original Super Mario Brothers on the NES from 1985 when you
You're
jumped
older
on the
than we are.
when you jumped on the turtle to get the like infinite lives, and your lives were like a turtle plus a king card or whatever, like it wouldn't even show you a number.
Mm-hmm.
That's the option that Braden was.
Damn.
What is he talking about?
You don't know what I'm talking about? Come on,
older than
dude.
we are.
I don't remember back in the olden times when all the TVs were just black and white, Dan.
Dan, how did you like go on YouTube back when you were using like the Commodore 64? Like, what was it like? Was there like a diskette you had to insert?
What was Jesus like in real life?
Yeah, like was he actually from Nazareth or was he from Nebraska? Because like I hear he's from Nebraska.
Nebraska.
He was from he was actually from
Nebraska. I'm sorry, I don't know why that tickled me.
Oh, there's
You're
the show
so
title.
dumb.
Nebraska, the sexy side of I-80.
The second coming of Dan.
I think that's gonna get us canceled, fellas. It was a good run, Braden.
Nebraska, the worst. Oh my god. You know what? Patrick Gensel is giving away an EDC tray, hardwood everyday carry tray.
An electronic dance carry tray?
Yeah. So where you could drop your like phone, wallet, your pocket knife, whatever. Like he's giving away
Made
one
from
of
hardwood, he said.
those out of hardwood.
He said
they're really
hardwood
nice. So
a
if you
lot.
wanna enter to win that, it's Dan of Nebraska or Nazareth or Nebraska.
Nebraska.
This
Send
one
it-
you don't
send
have to
that-
spell right. This one feels like an
This
effort.
one just like
This
you
is an
gotta
effort one.
you gotta get 50% of the letters right and you're fine. Oh my god, that is
Send
awful.
Nebraska to us in an email.
You know, if you spell it all correctly, we'll judge if it's correct.
AWP giveaway at gmail.com.
Bonus entries.
Bonus entry.
Nebraska for the EDC tray from Patrick Gensel.
And thank you, Patrick, for throwing that in during the pre-show. I feel like our guests felt a lot of pressure to
We
throw in a giveaway.
really leaned on him for that one.
No,
Yeah.
it's fine.
Yeah,
it's
we're
fine.
out of
Under pressure.
giveaways.
It's fine.
Silence, dead silence. We just left it hanging. Wait, did Malcolm actually ask a question? I don't think he did.
No, I think it was
Well,
just
you know what?
more of a stroll
It's
down
a
memory
throwback
lane.
burn.
He did talk
Yeah.
about like how we met and we all hugged, which he thought was weird. But guess what? You're in his family now. This is just how
Yeah.
it works.
Deal with it.
I'm your daddy.
Daddy Dan.
Zaddy. Braden, I'm gonna pull up the next one. You want to read the Joshua Scott one?
Yes.
I'm gonna
because-
read. Yeah, I'm gonna play the Nick Vreeland one first. All right, so next one is Nick Vreeland, which he's a new patron, right?
New VIP patron.
New VIP patron.
the VIPist.
Daddy. Okay, let's play it. I should probably have this ready.
Hey guys, a long-time listener, first-time caller. Been listening since your third host seemingly dropped off the earth too.
Mm.
So I recently listened to your episode with those other two bozos from that other woodworking podcast and figured that y'all were getting desperate, so I decided to finally sign up for
Yes.
your Patreon, so
Thank
you're
you.
welcome. And wanted to send a congratulations on your milestone episode. That's great. I do have a question, is that I'm building out a miter saw station like you see everyone else have. And I'm thinking about putting my router lift at the end of the cabinet. Are there any potential downsides to doing this that you can think of? Anyways, again, Keith and Jason, congrats on your impending 100th episode of Shop Sounds. Here's 100 more and 200 episodes.
What a troll. Oh, is there a downside to
LOL.
putting your router if you have the room in your I'm gonna take this one, I guess. If you have the room in your wings of your miter station to put a router table in there, heck yeah, do it. But you probably want an adjustable fence, so just keep that in mind when you're setting up for mitered cuts too. So I think if you can do it, totally do it. I think adding tools into that tabletop is a great way to save space if you can. Dan?
Yes, I was gonna agree with you 100%. The one benefit of having it on your table saw wing is having that integrated fence that you can share with your table saw fence that's already there. So if you can integrate it into your miter saw station, I mean, you're just saving space, so why not? I mean, like Pete said, just keep in mind you're going to want to make some sort of like integrated fence. I mean, if you don't have a fence for your router table station, like what do you have other than a enlarged freaking router
Yeah.
turned
And
upside
double
down? Like,
Double up on your dust collection too, because you already have it for the miter station. I hope you have a dust collection there, and then you can just piggyback off of that for your router table. It'd be kind of nice.
I think the real difference between like functional and like no brainer is space. Because I have like an 8-foot run in my miter station where if I were to put my my router down at the end of that, I would never even run into it, and it's it's integrated into the miter station itself. But if it's right next to it, then you've got to bring the bits up, bring them down, and I'm lazy, so that would be annoying, but
Yeah.
not so annoying that it would defeat the functionality of integrating it right there.
I think 2 feet away from the blade is like a nice like minimum space if you can
right.
swing it. Unless you're trying to like really maximize the space, you can have it right
If
there.
it's beyond that line of like the plain line of like where the board would be. So like
Yes.
try to think about where if you put up a fence along the whole length of your miter station, even though like if you go look at Mark Spagnola's videos or whatever, he talks about how like having a fence along the whole length of your miter station is a bad idea. But if you think about that fence being an imaginary line, if your router bit is past that a little bit, beyond it, or behind it, I think you're going to be fine. And like Pete said, if you swing your miter saw to a 45 or the maximum that it can go, and you're not going to hit that line, I think you're going to be fine.
You want a little space, and honestly, if the router plate that you drop in, because most of us will use some kind of plate or a lift for a router, if it's a couple inches forward, so you can put like a 2x4 down even behind it, and it won't touch the bit, you got a lot of clearance. You don't have to worry about it unless you're cutting some really long boards, 6-inch wide or more. You don't really have to worry about it. But like, you know, if you're not using it, you could just lower it. So I think it's a good idea. That's a great way to save
It's a
space.
great idea. I've thought about doing it myself.
Just calculate your ABC, your average board cut, and as long as you've got a little bit more range outside of that, that's right. That's a real term.
Sure.
Starting now. But I mean, yeah, like Dan said, if you're cutting 2-3 foot lengths all the time, if you've got 4 feet between the blade and your router, you'll never even run into your into your router. So, but yeah, I mean, anytime you can integrate tools with other tools, 9 times out of 10, it's a good idea.
Yeah, it's a win.
All we do is win, and router what?
You want to read that voicemail from Josh, or
yes,
the text mail from Josh?
We're gonna process this through our AI generated voice.
Yeah, we hired Braden to read things for us. That's mainly it. Me and Dan can't read.
Email from Joshua Scott. Hey guys, love the show, but I hate the sound of my own voice, so you're getting an email question. I know Dan has a new truck and all, but I want to know what your guys' dream car is. And don't put some sort of functionality reasoning behind it. I know I could use a truck more often than not, but that's not my dream car. Let us know. Thanks. Josh. Sent
Easy.
from Verizon, Samsung Galaxy smartphone. Get Outlook for Android.
Braden, you don't have to read the last part.
It's fine. It's fine.
We did not run through the parameters before we started.
Okay.
But anyway, Dan, what's your dream car? Is it a Chevy 2500?
No.
Trail Boss?
I mean, I do like my new Chevy truck, but my dream car is Kit from the Knight Rider.
This guy over here.
That was a real left turn for me. I would have never guessed that.
That was delayed. I don't know why that was delayed.
How is that not your dream car? That thing was amazing.
Cool. That's pretty cool. That's just a car with Siri though.
No, that was way before Siri. Like this is Kit. Not Siri, it's Kit.
That's Siri with one less eye. That's just Sir.
Sir?
What's your guys' dream car, Braden? What do you got?
I'm gonna be honest. It's another classic TV show car. It's the Firebird from Smoking the Bandit.
Oh, I thought you were gonna say this Scooby Gang van.
Oh my
mystery machine.
Listen,
yeah.
I am already married. I can't go driving around in the mystery machine. My wife will never let me actually fill that thing up with gas and drive around because of the ladies.
Yeah, because that's a panty dropper van.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
that's gonna be a problem. Yeah.
Oh yeah. But no,
Sure.
yeah, no, it's totally Smoking the Bandit. It's the Firebird.
Actually, I don't hate that answer.
That's a very good answer.
That whole time frame just had some smoking cars.
It really did. Pete, tell me why your answer is the Don Johnson Ferrari.
Is it a Subaru Outback?
So if the fully polished DeLorean is not available, right? Just for the memes.
Are we talking about the Back to the Future DeLorean or just the DeLorean in general?
In general.
I'd also take a DeLorean.
Here's the thing. I'm about to ruffle some feathers.
Okay.
The American muscle car is dead.
You watch your mouth.
Listen, all of them came out in the 70s and 80s and never again. All of the muscle cars have been trashed since then. The Mustang.
You had a Charger.
Hang on. The Charger was trash. It was a
Deeply
great car.
offended.
It was not a muscle car. Like the body
That
style of a
car
muscle car.
landed
Hang on.
your wife.
Hang on, I'm getting to it. Calm your tits.
I'm gonna let you finish.
Calm your one tit. The last, and I'll say, and it's not necessarily the best car, not the most popular, best fuel efficient, but whatever. But the last car that looks genuinely like a freaking muscle car is a Dodge Challenger. And Dodge is not even the best brand.
Are you
It's
talking
whatever,
like
but
the
it
modern
looks-
one?
The modern one.
Okay.
It's the last car that looks like a true muscle car. It's got the body style. It looks like it. And that is my dream car. And I know it's not the best car. I had a Dodge for a while. They're fine. They're not great. They're fine. They're fine. There's a lot of plastic parts. It's American made car. I'm sorry. Like, it's just, say what you want. But like, it just looks cool. And if, bonus points, if I ever make the money, a Hellcat would be nice. It is 500 times more likely to get stolen. This is an actual metric. I'm not making this up. It's there for a while. There was the percentage were like single digits. Then the Hellcat got released, the Hellcat Challenger, and the metrics for theft went to 500% for that one car.
Have you ever seen Gone in 60 Seconds? It's a
Yes.
documentary.
Oh, I
About that.
love that movie. It's good.
Yeah.
Nick Cage is in
Oh,
it.
yeah.
Yeah, it's a documentary.
Fantastic.
It's document. Yeah. So I will say the Dodge Challenger is one car. Like I don't even like I've never even test drove it. Whatever. But it's the last true American muscle car looking car. Because here's the thing: when we're in our 50s and we have like a late life crisis, and we're like, I want to restore a car, we can't restore for something from the 70s. It's all gonna be rusted and like completely like it's like right now someone restoring a Model T. it's just gonna be an old car, barely together. But anyways, that's just my 2 cents on it.
I was ready
Bro.
to be fired up, deeply offended, and filled with hatred because I was going to bring up the Dodge Challenger as the perfect example of the American muscle car still exists. So
Yeah, that's the last one.
I have driven a Challenger. So whenever my
have?
wife
Oh.
and I go on trips, we rent a car instead of putting miles on our vehicles. And I always talk myself into the upgrade. And it's always into the most inconvenient vehicle that they've got on the lot, which is always a muscle car. I've driven the Mustang, I've driven the Camaro, the Challenger, the Charger.
The Camaro ZL1 is a muscle car. Fight
They
me.
are. I think that American muscle is going back to its roots.
I hope so.
And I think that here's the thing. A lot of people, I think, look at muscle and they think it has to have a V8. It's got to have a Hemi. It has to be this massive, displacement.
It's got to sound
above
like
all.
a muscle car. It's a sound thing.
I disagree. The modern V6s are already shit your pants fast.
It's all
Well,
about
yeah, they are, but it's got to
the-
sound like a muscle car.
They got the EcoBoosts. They got just straight up like turbos in them. They can go.
I'm at the point too where like when people drive by with loud exhausts. I mean, we were all kids once. We
I don't need a
slapped
loud
on the loud,
exhaust.
and now I'm like, you know what? Shut up! Like I don't need to hear that. Like the car works great.
All right. So the next question is from Jerry Hadgeduck, also known as Jerry Hyduke.
Hey boys, Jerry from GE Hodgeduke Creations here. My voice is sort of cooked today, but I wanted to write and wish you a happy 200th episode. So glad you guys continued after that other guy left. What was his name? Nick Latte? Mick Mocha? Anyway, do me a favor and AI generate some audio for this. Much appreciate. Here's to 200 more episodes, Jerry.
He's got a lot of faith in us.
Right. Jerry is a dedicated listener from way back, so we appreciate you, Jerry.
Yo, good dude. Appreciate him so much.
Do you remember the first time he ever called in and I think we butchered his name?
Yeah, you
But
literally
you-
said Hadgeduck,
You corrected us, I think.
and I was like,
and
"It's
he-
Hyduke. It's my people."
Yeah,
and
and,
he was all
and he
happy.
called in and was like, actually, Pete nailed it. So
In Dan's defense, AI also thought it was pronounced the same way. So
AI did say Hadgeduke or whatever, right?
Yeah.
Wait, hang on. Let me play this one more time.
Hey boys, Jerry from GE Hodgeduke Creations.
Yeah, Hadgeduke.
Hadgeduke.
Hadouken.
So
It's a Street Fighter name.
Hyduke. It's AI generated stuff is reading it that way. Now, did we read this question from Josh the dad? I
Not
don't think
yet.
we did yet. Oh well, let's play it.
Hey there, guys. Do you know who this is? Do you remember this voice? Yeah, it's Jay the D.
Daddy.
Josh
the
the Dad
D.
1 of the Big IG. I just wanted to call in and let you know that even though I haven't sent in a message, a question, or a comment in the last long time, I've been a faithful listener. I've been double checking all your facts on your podcast, and so far, you're almost spot on. But on this occasion, I just wanted to call in and kind of remember when. Remember that one question I sent in? Oh man, that was a great one.
I love that
It almost
one.
got Dan to explode and fly off the edge. That was fantastic. And that other time
Yeah,
I
good
asked
times.
that question, yeah, I'm just glad nobody got hurt.
Yeah, I remember.
Anyways,
I remember listening to
I
that
want to
one.
really say congratulations, good job, and keep up the good work. And remember, I'm always here to be a guest on the podcast. You know, just saying. Okay, have a great day. Bye.
Fun fact: if you call in and mention that you want to be a guest, we bump you 3 episodes on the
True.
list.
We're down.
True.
Down.
We're not going that deep into the
The algorithm.
weeds here.
But Josh the dad called in. He's one of the OG. We had actually several OGs call in this episode.
Several
and it's
OG callers.
Several OG callers, and I really
Before you get to more callers, let's talk about some more giveaways.
You're
because we
right,
have a lot to
Dan.
get through. We have a lot to get through.
What's
And
the
speaking of
next one, Dan?
OGs, I think Rockler is an OG.
Rockler.
Oh
Barely
my
knew her.
goodness.
As far as woodworking goes, Rockler's a pretty big OG.
Rockler is the OG.
They are giving away.
Rocks.
Are you
Box of
throwing it
rocks.
to me? Yeah, I was gonna. I'm like, do you want me to do it? They're giving away 2 sets of their special new hose clamps. They're A clamps, A style clamps with straps that go around your 2.5 and 4-inch hoses that are awesome for. I actually use the heck out of them in my shop for dust collection right at the tool, where from like running a router or a drill press or something. They're doing that, and they're also including one of those, like, I'm forgetting the name of it, but it's basically like a clip-on for your belt that has pencils. You can put a pair of eyeglasses in there.
So like a
and
belt
clip-on.
pouch.
A belt pouch,
holster.
a small one, and then you can put your tape measure on there too. I actually use the heck out of mine, and that's one of the reasons I was like, "Hey, can you guys do it?" Because they don't really have like T-shirts or whatever. I was like, "Something with Rockler on it. What about this?" They're like, "Yeah, let's do it." Because I use the heck out of mine, so I highly recommend it. You got your pencils right there. You clip on if you've got a remote or something, and your tape measure. You got your glasses there. Eye protection is very important. Dan.
He closes his eyes. No, I've seen it. Yeah, he closes. He squints.
Yeah.
I do the safety squints. Everybody knows that.
But if you want to try to win this giveaway, Dan, do you have a phrase? Or
I
should go?
do. I do.
You do.
Email the phrase "rock me Amadeus" to awpgiveaway@gmail.com.
Can you spell
Rock
Amadeus,
me
please?
Amadeus. No, I can't spell it. You just
Amadeus,
have to.
Amadeus.
You have to.
Amadeus.
You have to guess. You have
Guys,
to guess.
get in a ballpark. AME-day-US. Rock me Amadeus. That does it. That's fine. That's as long as you get in a ballpark, we're gonna be okay.
What you doing there, Dan?
Oh, nothing. My dog Max is dropping me gifts.
That's what we
some
call them.
entries into some giveaways.
He's dropping me entries into giveaways. Yes. Oh my god.
Speaking of entries in a giveaway, here's Justin Bailey, who's actually one of the giveaways.
Yeah, we could do his giveaway after that.
Not
Yeah.
Justin, to be clear.
Hey guys, Justin here from Campfire Woodworks. First, thanks for inviting me tonight. I'm sure the future me right now is having an okay time. I'm just not sure why Kamani and myself were the 2 guests that were specifically asked to leave, but anyway. Do you think that if social media was gone tomorrow, it would kind of kill your motivation for doing some of the more creative projects you've done, knowing that there wasn't really like a a community to share it with, or do you think that it's been more of a distraction, and without it you might have more time to focus on the business side of things? Let me know. Thanks.
What
before
a
we
sexy
before
looking question.
yeah,
But
before we
yeah.
answer that, I have to point out that if you don't see the video of this, Dan muted that entire time and I think died. Like just
Dan,
you
where
would
did
have
you get a folder, like a filing folder?
It's my
it's at his
notebook.
desk. It's at his,
Oh,
my
okay,
at his
it
desk
just
where
looked
he
like you
does
had a
his
filing
business.
folder to try to blow some of the air away from you and Max.
Speaking of violating the
Everybody
Geneva
knows.
Convention,
Everybody
Max is
knows that I love my dog. Like he is my boy,
What's his name?
and his name is Max, obviously.
Like our patrons.
But I don't know what's going on with him tonight, but he is dropping some bombs, and
Did-
like he
did
wants
you-
to come lay by me, and he's dropping bombs, and they're not pleasant.
those are friendship farts. Did
They're
you feed him
not.
did you feed
They're
him a bunch
not.
of mustard with that gas?
We did not give him any mustard. I don't know what is going on.
Is it mayo?
That's some expired
The
mayo.
mayo
That's
I'm
some
gonna have to have a
bad
talk
mayo.
with my family about what they gave him tonight because
He
I
puts
didn't give
the
him
hell
anything.
in Hellman's, am I right?
Oh my God.
That's so dumb.
I'm sorry. Did Justin have an actual question
If
that we need to
social
Oh,
answer?
if social media went away tomorrow, something.
Would you still be motivated to be as creative as you are now, or do you think that it would allow you to focus more on the projects that you want to? Is, I believe, the gist.
I think if social media went away, I'm still going to be creative because I think it's a integral part of who I am as a person. However, I think it might limit how creative I am because I do get a lot of inspiration and ideas from other creators. And I feel like I probably just stole the answer from Pete and Braden because they're both pointing at me and shaking their heads. So, Pete, do you want to add anything to this?
Well, Dan, here's why you're wrong.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Anyways,
spoke.
Braden, do you want to go?
I mean, honestly, listen, I daydream about Instagram and all social media going away like once a week. Because the reality of it is it's great. It's one of the best parts of my life, but the deliverables that you feel obligated to are sometimes overwhelming as a content creator. And like you feel like you have to do a story every day. You have to check it. You have to make sure you're on top of your stuff. You have to post. You have to do something. And it's a lot. And I do miss the days of making before having to prove anything to anyone. And you know, but what Dan said is correct, where it's one of the biggest motivators I have. I see a cool thing online, I want to make that too, or I want to do a different version of it or something, and I want to share that. Like it gets me excited. So there's positives and negatives. Listen, social media is, it's like any job. You know, it's like it's like having a career you really like. You love it, you're passionate about it, you want to grow in it, but it's still work. At the end of the day, like realize it's still work. Like we're creating content, we're creating consumable things for the community to consume, and it's a lot of work. Whether it's just stories throughout the day or projects we're doing, because like us cleaning up our shop and making a jig could be somebody's like week. Like that'll be like, oh, I saw Braden do this thing. He just cut this piece of wood and used it as like a reference thing for this thing. I'm gonna do that this week, and then like that's their weekend now. You know, so like we can't undervalue what we provide to the community. And I know sometimes it feels like it's silly stuff, but Dan's about to get a snowstorm apparently. But it's we do provide some value, and that's the way I justify everything, because as much work as it is sometimes, as stressful as it is, like it's all positive. Like we're out here like, F this brand or do this, whatever. Like we're just having fun out here.
Right.
Hayden, what do you think?
I agree. I agree with you, Dan. But I also
Yeah,
disagree.
write this
because,
down. Oh,
because
okay. Never mind.
because you know, What, we're just going to sit here and agree with each other all night?
Yeah, we have to. That's part of the contract.
I don't think that social media is what makes us creative. I think most of us as makers, most of us as creators, we are creative people. And that wouldn't stop just because social media goes away. But I think that my favorite topic, I think that having access to the community, having access to followers, people that are watching you create has a twofold effect. One, I think it creates a lot of accountability for us to push the limits and to be more creative, because we have those deliverables that we have to, we've got to post stories, we've got to post content. And so because we can't just post the same thing every single day, we're constantly looking for new ways to do it. I mean, Dan, you're designing new tables and new legs and new things like all the time, and you're posting about them. I think that having that accountability is important for that. And I think the other side of that same coin too, from accountability, is I'm creative in a very, very distinct style. Pete, you're very creative in a very Pete way. Dan, you're here too. But I create so many different things because I see something that you do, Pete, or something that you do, Dan, or Justin does. And I think, oh, I had no idea that I could do that with that tool in that way. I wonder if I could take that and if I could do that. So I think
I was correct.
You were correct, but I think that social media speeds it up. I mean, we're essentially hive-minding creativity. And I think that that's important. So I think that, yes, we would all stay creative if social media disappeared tomorrow. But I think that it would really, really slow down a lot of that creativity. I think it'd be detrimental. But also, I just can't stand Instagram sometimes. So
the only thing I took away out of that is I was the most correct.
Okay, with that,
Dan hit the actual dartboard with the dart.
Yeah, with a bowling ball.
Because that was Justin's question. He was in the pre-show, and if you don't know, Justin actually makes his own. He makes his own cutting board feed, and they're beautiful. Actually, currently he has stainless steel cutting board feet that are what I think they're half-inch tall,
or
and
3/4 inch in
3/4 inch tall, and he also has brass cutting board feet that are half-inch tall and 3/4 inch tall.
Wait, we have these dimensions so wrong. We don't have the height, but he has half inch and 1 inch diameter, not tall.
Not tall. They're all about a 1/4 inch.
He mentioned this in the pre-show, and I don't know if it applies to the actual show, but soon he's going to have copper feet come out.
He's actually including that in the giveaway, so he's getting the.
Is he including that in the giveaway?
Brass. You're getting 2 sizes of the brass, 2 sizes of the stainless steel, and 2 sizes of the copper. So, wow. And these things are like, if you've ever seen nice like record player disc feet on those, where they provide like a nice little.
Yeah, these are not cheaply made.
They're not cheaply made. They're really well made.
They have some girth to them. They got some heft.
Right. Super nice.
These are feet that you don't just start putting on all of your cutting boards. These are upsell feet. Like, I've pitched these to a couple of customers for like a $40-50 upcharge, and I've never had anybody say no.
Yeah, absolutely. These are
amazing. Is how the kids might describe them. Hashtag fire.
And do you have a code phrase for that one?
Well, I don't want to use the same code phrase that we used in the pre-show, so we're just going to go with campfire feet.
Oh, that's lame.
That's really boring.
Yeah, it's really boring.
Do you got something better?
Yeah, only Dan's.
That makes no sense.
Because only Dan's for feet picks.
Only Dan feet campfire picks.
Too many words.
Too much?
That's way too much going on. We're just going to go with campfire feed. Send that to awpgiveaway@gmail.com. You'll be entered into the giveaway. Thank you, Justin, for supporting episode 200 and beyond.
And New Jersey.
Central
He didn't
Jersey.
specifically say that.
Well, he supports New Jersey by living here.
He didn't say it out loud.
He's in Central Jersey. It's fine.
At the end of the day, it's almost tomorrow.
That's
right?
what I've heard.
No, it is tomorrow. It's definitely tomorrow
It's
now.
definitely it is most definitely 1 a.m. here in Jersey. Anyways, next question is from David Wirt.
This is Dave from Rusty Joy Woodworks.
Who's that, buddy?
Longtime listener, first time caller. My question is for Dan.
Oh, God.
Now that you've gotten a 3D printer, can we expect you to attempt to break into the adult toy industry? Or are you going to print off little fidgets like everybody else? Thanks, guys. Congrats on 200.
Dan, are you gonna?
I will
print a bunch
say,
of stuff, junk, and things.
I will say that I'm still in my little fidget era. And I've given the responsibilities and the machine over to my daughter, who's 15.
Dan was a
So-
3D printing guy for exactly 13 minutes, and then he lost his 3D printer.
Accurate. My daughter has taken it over. She loves that thing. And I couldn't be happier that she likes that thing, because it kind of
Long
gets
time
her.
listener, first time emailer. While we all try to figure out how.
Oh,
That
yeah?
felt like
about
that felt like a power move.
No, it was me prepping the next question. I muted the wrong thing.
Overprepped.
So I've given over the reins of the 3D printer to my daughter. I can do whatever I want with it, obviously, but she's having a lot of fun with it. And if she starts printing adult toys, I assume you mean by adult toys, but like RC radio cars and stuff like that, like things
nice
that
pairs of slacks,
yeah, and
great gas mileage.
bowler hats, I guess. I don't know what you're talking about, David.
Here's the proof that Dan has never fully grown up.
Yeah.
So yeah,
adult toys
my
are
daughter's
like-
taking over the 3D printer right now, so we'll see where that leads. I'm actually stoked that she's liking
it's
it. So
actually really cool that she's doing that.
yeah, I'm really pumped for that. And we've talked quite a bit about how, you know, if you can monetize this, and this is how you kind of monetize this, if you can do this and you can prove that you can make money, we can upgrade the machine and we can, you know, scale and everything.
That'd be cool.
I've used Pete as a reference. I'm like,
Yeah, stay in your lane.
Here's Pete, and he's got like 150 printers in his basement that are like an army. So this is our goal.
And here's $20. Go buy all of Pete's files and start printing them and
I
loading
don't
them
sell
up
my
on the internet
files.
for $1 less.
Yeah. So
I can't wait to see some 3D printed bow ties.
I don't think that's ever going to happen. I
foresee
really don't.
Dan getting into 3D printed files eventually. It's just one of those things where, like, I think he needs to focus. Like, he's just got the laser and he's learning like the capability of that, and that is much more in line with the Onefinity stuff, because it's essentially 2D files,
right?
2.5D files. You know, when you get into 3D printing, it's 3D files, and that's a whole different design.
That's going to take some more work for sure.
Yeah, it's going to take way more work. So I think you're going to monetize the laser way more early
And I already
on.
have.
You have, yeah, but like that's the thing that you're going to jump into next before 3D printing. Because here's the thing, I think everyone's going to have a 3D printer in their life at some point of some kind.
Yeah, I think it's going to be like the personal computer. I think eventually everybody's
Or
going to
a
kind of have
printer.
one.
I have a printer right down there. You can't even see
Right.
it. Like,
Yeah.
we just have it. When you use it, you use it. When you don't, you don't. It just sits there. And it's fine. But you have a printer.
Exactly. I agree.
All right, well, next question is from Paul DeVille from 1116, something like that.
Paula DeVille.
Why is it not playing?
He's got a broken back and he lives
play
in
this one,
Oregon.
There it is. So, hang on. Hey, it's my first time. I'm so nervous. Okay, let's do this again.
Long time listener, first time emailer. While we all try to figure out how this show has lasted this long, where would you like to see the show at episode 300? Public access TV, nationwide radio syndication, and only Dan's subscriber rate of 1? Cheers, Paul.
Good.
Can you imagine this show at 300? I'm having a hard time imagining.
Imagine the show at PBS.
Is that the beer? Or is that PBR?
That's,
PBR?
No, PBS is a beer.
PBS is the beer?
Yeah, it's a porter. Well, Dan, where would you want to see this show at 300?
I don't know. As long as we feel like we're growing, because if you go back to episode 100 and compare to where we are now, I feel like we've come a long way and we're growing. So that's a positive step. As long as I can say that about 300 compared to 200, I'm good.
I feel that too.
Yeah.
It's like, honestly, we're just looking to grow it. Like, as long as we're still providing a community, and our Patreon, for example, is a really good example of like, if we're doing okay, if our patronage, whatever, is going down, we're not doing right stuff. Patronage. Like, we need to be doing something different. We got to change some stuff up. So we always look at metrics. Like, we check metrics all the time. We're not like obsessed with it, but we look at it all the time. So,
we get email updates every day for a certain metric. So
anytime we
it's
reach
unavoidable.
out to, like, a sponsor for sponsorship, we look at our numbers and we're like, oh, okay, we're doing okay, we're doing fine, we're doing great, we're doing awesome, we're doing bad. We stay on top of it. So, I think bringing on a third now is going to help us out, branch out into some other stuff. So 300 is going to be pretty cool.
Guys brought on a third?
Yeah. Temporary.
Paul Jackman, he hasn't said yes or no
Yeah,
yet.
yeah. It's Adam Barnett, but he doesn't know yet. So we'll see you guys in 2 years and 4 weeks.
Oh yeah. Man,
And
100 episodes. That's another 2
crazy.
years.
All right, we got a lot of voicemails, so let's get through them. But before we do that, Dan.
Yes, let's do another giveaway.
Speaking of prepping for the future.
Okay. Calavera aprons. I don't know. We're just working into that one.
So, I believe Braden reached out to Michael from Calavera Toolworks, and he graciously said he would provide a full apron to one of our winners.
Yeah, he was really pumped because he had just been on Sawdust Talk, and he's like, "Oh yeah, I'm happy to donate to your podcast." Wait, hold on, which podcast?
What's Sawdust Talk?
He was very confused.
He was slightly confused, but still very generous.
Yeah, and I talked to him a little bit today, and he's like, "Yeah, I'm super pumped. I love this community, and I'm always happy to give back." So, and we're happy to promote another maker branded brand.
Like the key.
So if you want to
Sawdust Talk,
if you want to win an apron from Calavera Toolworks, send us a code phrase to awpgiveaway@gmail.com, and that code phrase is going to be
Rain and Men.
What is Sawdust Talk?
Raining Men. Let's go with Raining Men. I like that.
Because the water.
Because of the water.
It was either that or Wetworks.
Raining Men at awpgiveaway@gmail.com. Get entered to win an apron from calaveratoolworks.com. Also, if you're not following him over on IG or any of the socials,
go check him out.
You're missing out.
He's setting fire on stuff like every single day. So yeah, that's the one account you should be following.
Yeah,
at least. All
right, next one is from Kimani Von Strayhorn.
Dan, Pete, congratulations on 200 episodes. Unfortunately, I wasn't able to join the video part of the live, but hopefully I'm down in the audience causing a ruckus. I offered to submit a personal video, but Pete had a lot of weird requests and wanted me to send it to his private Dropbox. So
I like
I
feet.
figured a voicemail would be safer for everybody. So anyway, like I said, congratulations on 200 episodes. I can honestly say this podcast has changed my woodworking financial trajectory over the years.
You're welcome.
Into the red. You guys have caused me to spend a large amount of money on tools and events and travel. Episode 14, slab this, mahogany that. Dan convinced me to get a drum sander. At that point, Pete ended up with my credit card information and more tools just started showing up. It was a lot, but things are good now. You guys have changed the trajectory for a lot of people who listen to the show. There used to be a guy named Josh who was a dad who called in all the time. And at some point he became French and had his own theme music. So, good for him on that process. You guys brought us into your workshops every week with, what's on your bench. I mean, for 11 episodes straight, Dan was working on a walnut desk that I felt that I was working on a walnut desk, which, fun story, I'm actually going to start working on a walnut desk. So, we feel over the last few years we have been a part of the process, but you can't talk about all the good without addressing the elephant in the room. No, not that elephant, the other elephant. Episode 23, you introduced the world to Jason Bent, and I will never forget you for that.
Never heard of him.
The pain that this podcast has brought upon the maker community. The man has his own podcast now, and I feel that's partially your responsibility, and it's time that you've owned up to it. And worse than Jason Bent, episode 63, you introduced the world to the Ridgeline Killer, and he has still not been brought to justice. So, just work harder on the things that matter to the people. Like I said, congratulations on 200 episodes. I look forward to you guys doing at least another 30 or so. Oh, and a final note, as I was doing my audit, you guys did episode 2 and then episode 2.5. So technically you're half an episode over your 200th episode. But what do I know? I'm not the math guy. Okay, bye.
Wow. First of all, shut up. Second of all, shut up.
Technically, we did a half episode. We did episode 0. And I think I might be missing one. So we're technically...
if you look at Apple Podcasts, we're like 206 or something because of all the half episodes we've done.
Who's counting?
By the way, we're saving the best giveaways for last. So stay tuned because there's some good stuff happening. I'm just gonna keep rapid fire through them. By the way, Kamani, dude, shout out for keeping track of the big milestones.
I do want to give here we
go.
An apology to the world for the Jason Bent episode.
Yeah, seriously,
bruh.
Yeah, we owe a large apology for that one.
Yeah, we're sorry that you guys were exposed to that.
I can't even begin to express the regret that I have for that.
I apologize for nothing.
Regret everything.
All the regrets.
Speaking of all the regrets, we have a voicemail from France.
Hey guys. Wow, 200 episodes. That's crazy. I don't have any question. I just want to thank you guys. The podcast helped me dealing with a bunch of stuff I was going through a few months ago, and even during the Words Week, I had something to look forward to. It also helped me improve my English, which to be honest is necessary. And I really want to apologize to you for exposing you and the listener to my atrocious accent. More than one time I can't even understand myself. Okay, that's it. Thank you and have a good podcast. Bye.
Also, go ahead.
I was going to say, before we make commentary, he had another call in.
Okay.
I think you were going to beat me to it.
He's got another voicemail.
Yeah.
Okay. Now for the real question. I didn't even write this one, so let's go freestyle. Okay, so what was your favorite episode? And who was your favorite guest? And what is your favorite food? That's all I have. All right, bye.
That's good. So favorite episode, Dan?
Favorite episode?
I don't know. I've been thinking about this. I feel like the tongue and groove episode was
pretty good.
Probably one of my favorites. Or the episode where I fell out of my chair was actually really funny.
That was pretty good.
What about you?
One of the episodes I constantly recommend to people is like listen to Lizzie episode.
Oh, the
House
Lizzie
of Timber.
episode.
Lizzie
Jeez,
episode was
yes,
knowledge
absolutely.
wise one of the best ones. Fun wise, I would almost say like listen to like the when we had the Making Fun cast on. It was a hot mess, but it was just like a lot of cool people on.
But that was a pre-show only show.
I know, but like I don't know. I guess yeah. Well, we had some of the guys on for that. I don't honestly. Yeah, I might be partial, but like, it's gonna make his head so big for saying this, but a lot of times when we have Jackman on, as dry as he is, he's just funny. He just vibes off the. He knows when to like pitch in with a one-liner to make it work. That being said, for some reason, Jason Bent episodes are still like top 5 for some reason.
I can't explain it.
I don't understand it. Who knows? But Braden, what about you? You have a top episode?
The Lizzie episode changed the way that I do a lot of my business and the way that I view a lot of my business. So I think that influence wise, I think that was probably one of the best episodes that I've listened to in a long time. And then selfishly, every single episode that I've been on has been my favorite episode because they are the best.
Yeah, I don't think you're right. But okay.
Episode 200.
It's fair. It's fair. This current episode is my favorite episode, and every one after it is going to be my new favorite.
Well, speaking of being conceited and listening to yourself, I believe Jesse and TJ called in, co-hosts of your former former AOL chat room internet audio show.
Experience. We switched it to Experience
in 4D. So they called in. So here's that voicemail.
Before we start,
this is Jesse and TJ. You might know us from another podcast. It's called Sawdust Talk. I think you might have something that belongs to us, so we had to send a little voice message.
Tenemos un problema, es que cada vez Celebridad Maker en nuestro podcast Sawdust Talk, 2 semanas después, la misma persona está en el otro podcast. Se empezó con los trompetas y un otro hombre que me dijo, welcome to another Woodshop podcast, y me pone loco. Cada vez que están en nuestro podcast, están en los otros 2 semanas después, pero nuestros son los primeros y los mejores del mundo.
I'm not exactly sure exactly what all was said there, but I think what TJ was trying to say is that we do still love you guys, and I think he's trying to wish you guys a really, really great 200th episode. That's fantastic. Super pumped for you guys. Great job. I hope you have a great show tonight.
Wow, yeah, I can't wait for Tama to translate that for us one day.
I think that was all positive words.
It's definitely all positive.
Oh, absolutely.
You. Thank you, guys.
Yeah, so thank you guys for all the warm curse words you said.
I probably should have told them that I was going to stop doing Sawdust Talk prior to 8 p.m. Central today.
They probably shouldn't have found out on the actual pre-show.
Yeah, that was probably
an MB, a my bad. I will know for the next time.
A my bad.
Perhaps, and I'm just spitballing here.
Perchance.
Maybe if they had an opportunity to win a giveaway from Surf Prep.
Wow, subtle. I like the transition.
They would.
It's good.
They'd be okay with all this. So if you want to win a prize pack from Surf Prep, I believe it is a $50 gift card.
Yeah, a banner.
a
shirt,
banner,
a hat,
and our admiration.
probably a cardboard box that it'll come in.
It comes in a box. That's
At
they don't
least
talk
one
about that.
box.
No one talks about that, but it comes in a box.
And they're really good boxes.
Yeah, they're like really nice.
the best
solid
boxes.
quality.
Everybody
Yeah.
knows that.
I do.
So if you
actually
want to win a Surf Prep prize pack, email us at awpgiveaway@gmail.com, and you're going to send in the code phrase
nice box.
Nice box.
Sure, nice box.
Nice box.
Wow.
Yes, send nice box in to awpgiveaway@gmail.com. Thank you, Max. I'm glad you're back.
By the way, if you
Mustard
want to
gas.
try to win the whole bundaroo, like we're giving away a gift card for the abrasives and stuff, but like they're actually giving away a sander for the Makers for St. Jude page, or on the Makers for St. Jude page. So check that out. You could actually you could donate it to a great cause and win some cool stuff including from me and Dan.
True.
Yeah, we're in on that too. Maybe Braden, not Braden.
Yeah,
It's fine. It's fine.
I got some stuff.
You're new here. You're new here.
Don't you worry about that. Yeah, no. Surf Prep's giving away the 3x4 sander, or if you have that, like Surf Prep is really cool. They're just gonna like let you flip flop that into whatever you kind of want to pick as a prize. But yeah, I want to say like the tickets are like $5, $30. I should know this, but I don't. Go check out the Surf Prep. It's all the money is going to St. Jude's, and the Makers for St. Jude program that Mike started last year has
Mike Suter
from Woodworker versus Cancer has already raised like $14,000 plus towards St. Jude's in like 10 months. So there's a lot of makers are getting involved. If you want to get involved, go check out the Makers for St. Jude and the Woodworkers versus Cancer pages on Instagram or on the website, and you can get involved. There's a ton of cool ways. And if you donate prizes or if you get involved as a maker and run a raffle, you're also entered in to win more prizes from more brands. And as of right this second, there's more prizes than makers, which means you're guaranteed to win something.
I like that.
So,
it's nice.
There's that. But also, I do have to shout out, I really love my homies over at Sawdust Talk. Jesse and TJ made it a very, and you guys were on the phone with me. It wasn't a hard decision for me because I've always wanted to be on another wood shop podcast, and I love hanging out with you guys. The only way that was ever going to be a difficult decision was because of Jesse and TJ. And it was hey, we've put a lot of effort into growing Sawdust Talk, and it was at a completely different place than it was up until now. And we did a lot of really cool stuff together there. And so if you're not listening to Sawdust Talk, you should check them out on Wednesdays because that stuff's great. And they seem to somehow always have guests before AWP does.
Never heard of it.
Somehow.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Yeah. Big shout out to Sawdust Talk. We do like you guys. Go check them out on Wednesdays on IG.
Thanks for grooming our hosts.
They did let me out of my non-compete. It was pretty gracious of them.
Yeah, those are illegal now.
Central?
Like that was in the news. We're non-competes.
Not for another 120 days though.
Yeah, we'll see. But speaking of 120 days, Barbara called in.
Hi, boys. It's me,
Oh,
Barbara,
been a
from
while.
our Wooders Hot Workshop. Long time since I've called in. How's it going? So, I heard you guys are on your 200th episode. That's pretty rad. And I also heard that Pete did a big thing with his little Peter, if you know what I mean. You're expecting another little Peter on the way. Hopefully it's bigger than the first one. All right, boys. I hope you have a great 200th episode. I can't believe you've made it here. All right. See y'all later. Bye.
Wow. I've missed Barbara.
Yes, that's one of the words.
Barbara reminds me of Marge from Monsters Inc. You forgot your paperwork.
yes,
I think that's
Wazowski.
I think that's what she's going after.
All right, we gotta keep going rapid fire because we got a lot of questions. We got a couple more giveaways, so let's do one more.
We got
question.
3 more giveaways.
I got you. Let's do another question. First of all, Barbara, thank you for calling in. Adrian, also I know you're associated. Thank you for calling in.
Loosely associated.
Loosely associated.
Keep Barbara under control.
She is one of the OGs on the podcast.
Boy.
She predates Josh the dad, so I appreciate you, baby. Next one is from Sarah Goldstein from Rosie's Woodshop. And here we go.
Hey, it is Sarah with Rosie's Woodshop. Congratulations on 200 episodes. That's so awesome and so exciting for you guys. So my question is, how did you guys meet and become friends? Because I don't think I know the story behind it. And what made you guys decide to want to do a podcast? All right. Have a good night. Bye.
Story as old as time. Dan, you want to take it or should I?
Actually, it goes back quite a ways. I mean, I think we've talked about this before, but
the year was 2019.
Dan was just a skater boy.
2020, I guess. Actually, no, it's 2020.
It might have been 2019 because it was early 2020 when we started this. So like it goes back to 2019. Mike Coffey and I were kind of Instagram buddies, and we got along pretty good on IG, and we met up for the first time at Workbench Con 2020, just before the pandemic hit and the world shut down. And we had such a good rapport. You know, we had kind of bounced the idea back and forth about starting a podcast, and we thought we had a third person, but it didn't work out. And Mike said, actually, I know another guy who I think would be a great third. Let's get him on a phone call.
That was me.
And it was Pete. And we had like a conference call, and it was like a seamless conversation. And this was the first time I'd ever like heard of Pete. I didn't even know him. I didn't follow him on IG. I had no idea who he was. And the conversation was just super fluid. And
that was episode 0.
Yeah, that was episode 0. That was our like, what would you call it? Our test run.
Test run, yeah. Absolutely.
It wasn't going to be like an episode, but like it was so good. We were like, wow, we should just release that. And you know, here we are. Mike has since went his own direction, and it was Pete and I for 6, 7 months, 8 months.
Yeah. Well, we had some guests
we had some guests, and now Braden is with us, and we're super, super, super pumped to have Braden with us, and
maybe 2 supers.
Maybe 2 super. And to continue this podcast that we love, that we give our life to. I don't know if we give our life to, but we give a lot of ourselves to this podcast, and we enjoy it. And yeah, I know Braden's going to be an amazing addition to this podcast.
You're using a lot of
would you add anything to that?
Profile adjectives.
Yeah, a lot of adjectives. I also realized that, Dan, our email is filled with people emailing the wrong email for the giveaways.
Yeah.
So a lot of these
Yeah.
So essentially we have just one more question left. So why don't we do some rapid fire giveaways?
Yes, please.
Yeah, so another big one is we have Boss Dog Glue is giving away a 16 ounce of their glue, right?
16 ounce and their Boss brush.
So they're giving that away. And Dan, the giveaway code phrase is
Baha Men.
Baha Men. Why not?
I'm having Braden here.
He just thinks code phrases. So Baha Men, send that over to awpgiveaway@gmail.com.
Who let the dogs out?
Woof, 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 woof. So send that over to awpgiveaway@gmail.com. And again, we're going to be giving all this stuff away, announcing the winners next week on the episode. So make sure to tune in for
We're
that.
going to be drawing the winners live during the pre-show.
We
But we will announce everybody during the actual show as well.
We will be choosing the winners live. We will not be doing caricatures.
We're going to make sure they're...
Oh, yeah. I'm not drawing
anything.
anything.
It's not actually drawing.
Yeah.
Drawing.
Since we're doing giveaways and we're on that path, let's do Total Boat.
Oh, I got the list right here, Dan. You ready?
Total Boat,
yes.
baby.
Let's go, baby. So Total Boat is awesome enough to give away a couple things. First of all, I'm going to do a pimp out here. There's a Fat Guy the Musical hockey game themed musical on ice that is happening in Cape Cod. Jackman is throwing another hockey game with a bunch of like wannabe hockey players. And if you're in the Northeast, you can join, check out his page at Jackman Works.
I mean, you don't have to be in the Northeast. You could just you just have to find yourself there. You could be
anywhere if you're willing to fly and whatever. So he's going to be there. And actually, Total Boat is sponsoring the pizza for that show. So just saying.
One pizza.
A bunch of stuff for that. Well, one pizza for like 30 people. They're sponsoring the food for it. They're actually one of the sponsors for the event itself. So Jackman has a bunch of hockey pucks that are like NHL on one side, Total Boat on the other. It's pretty cool. So he always goes all out. You guys should know from the pre-show that he goes all out. But Total Boat was also nice enough to throw in a ton of stuff for the giveaway. Total Boat, baby! They're giving away a quart of epoxy, a quart of varnish, a hat, total bond kit, total bond kit, which is their new glue, UV resin, wood honey, and a whole set of cups for mixing all your epoxy in. So if you want to win this giveaway, you know what? I'm going to throw this one to Keith. Total Boat, baby! With a bunch of H's and Y's in there. Just, use your creative freedom when you're writing, baby.
It is raining like crazy right now.
Is it really?
Yes.
Total Boat is throwing out a ton of stuff. They've always been a really supportive brand for the community. They're really willing to give it away and make sure that makers have the tools that they need to make, which is super cool.
That is the theme with all the brands that we partnered with for any of these giveaways. They are integral to the maker community. They are very supportive, and that's what we appreciate.
We got two more big giveaways before we play this next voicemail. But
there was no negotiation with any of these brands. It was, hey, we're doing this. Do you want in? Do you want to support us? And immediately, yeah, what do you need?
Yes.
So,
yes.
Exactly. All right. So last voicemail from Lytle Bug Woodworking.
Latali Boog.
Hey guys, it's Braden with the LB Dubs. Super proud of you guys for hitting 200 episodes. That's really awesome. Like, you guys are pretty much almost as cool as Sawdust Talk, and that's awesome. So way to go there. First question is for Dan. Pete, cover your ears real quick. Hey, Dan, do you want to just totally gang up on Pete and just mess with him all the time now that I'm here? Okay. Hey, real quick, cover your ears. Hey, Pete, now that I'm here, do you want to just totally gang up and form an alliance and just mess with Dan? Okay. Anyway, way to go, guys. Way to go, Braden. Awesome addition to
Way to go,
show.
Braden. You said way to go to yourself.
Episode. Bye-bye.
I think way to go, Braden really ruined the whole thing.
To quote Snoop Dogg, I want to thank me for being me.
And that's when you play the Snoop Dogg intro.
Actually, talking about I want to thank me for being me. Our next giveaway is from CNC with me.
Oh, that actually is a pretty good segue.
See what I did there?
I like that.
Good, right?
That was okay.
Our next giveaway is from.
All right. I want to thank me for being me.
Our next giveaway is from CNC with me by Hamilton Dillbeck. If you don't know what Hamilton's doing over there with the CNC with me group, you should go check it out, especially if you have a CNC in your shop. And I know a lot of us have CNCs at this point. So
there's more, Dan. There's more than that.
Is there more? Please.
Oh, there's
continue
more.
What I was talking.
But
Please.
wait, there's more.
There's more.
Fill in.
If you order right now, we'll not only waive the shipping and handling for this digital file, but we'll also, all of our patrons, all the patrons of AWP, all the paid patrons are going to be getting a mini sample package of CNC with me files. So he put together a couple files. It's going to be uploaded to our Google Drive. We're going to list it in our for all of our patrons, and you're going to be able to download those files to sample them.
And all you have to do is be a patron.
Paid
just have to be a
patrons,
patron.
we have bumped up all of the price points to $80 and above. Just a small detail that's unrelated.
Everything's at 5th tier now. But Dan, also, what is the big giveaway part?
The big giveaway part is he's giving away a year membership to his CNC with me group.
Dan, how many months is that?
That's 12 months if my
That's
math is correct.
52 weeks, guys.
366 days.
And it's actually really great. I've been a member since he started this program. It's actually really phenomenal. If you don't follow Hamilton Dillbeck on YouTube, you should, because every week he puts out a video on every Friday, and then every Friday the project that he's working on coincides with a file that he releases into the CNC with me group. You can download that file, you can create it with him, and you're free to cut that file and sell the physical product at like a craft fair or whatever. And then there's a lot of extra features, like there's a podcast, there's a weekly meeting with everybody in the group. I think I don't know if it's like a Zoom call or whatever. I haven't like joined that yet because I haven't found the time.
I mean, there's a ton of resources.
It's a friendship
There's a
circle.
ton of resources there that he provides, and it's a really great value. So go check it out. I'm super pumped to be able to offer this on the podcast. So thank you, Hamilton.
Yeah, super cool. And he reached out to us. It was really nice. We were like, "What? Well, yes, we would love to be a part of this." So we were so excited because like he's one of us. He's one of us. You know, like we have all these brands on, and like they're very maker focused brands, but like he's literally a maker
centric.
Maker centric. He is a maker that's providing the community with awesome files, awesome information, great resources, great ways to make money. So definitely check it out.
CNCwithme.com.
.com.
Oh, I was gonna harmonize.
Well, Dan, that brings me to our last sponsor.
Do we have a secret phrase for CNC with me?
Oh yeah.
We probably should have one of those.
Dan, what's the
probably
secret phrase for CNC with me? Something
Uh,
dill related, like a pickle.
I think considering his current predicaments, I think we should stick with the song titles. It's electric.
I like it. I'll allow it. It's electric. Send that over to awpgiveaway@gmail.com. That's give away, one word.
awpgiveaway.com or awpgiveaway@gmail.com.
At gmail.com.
Yes.
Giveaway
If
has an extra
anything,
E in
you have provided some great code phrases.
All right.
I appreciate that. I don't
he'll
have
be
to
so
do a lot
bummed
of
out
thought
when
into
his
that.
contract runs out in
I know.
one episode.
Only 3 episodes. One episode? I thought it was 3.
Well, the pre-show counts. So.
Oh, right.
But the last giveaway is from the one, the only, the undisputed champion of podcasting.
Drum roll, please. I just lost my pen.
We just lost Braden.
Oh,
Another
it was fun.
Woodshop podcast. Yes, us. I know. Calm down. It's okay. We understand. We're giving away a shirt of your choice, a hoodie of your choice. So the designs that we have available in our store, you can choose any one of them. We will get you a shirt and a hoodie, and you'll also get one shirt from Dan from myself, and from Braden. And we'll even make it your size, whatever size you want. We won't just be like, you'll get it extra small. No. You'll get what you want.
I'm only sending out 3Xs. I'm sorry.
Yeah, only 3Xs. Yeah, exactly. So, Braden apparently just lost power. So, he's not looking too good, guys. I don't know.
That's all right.
This might be episode 3. But no, it's all good. But if you want to try to win one of our the whole like bundaroo of shirts and hoodies. Bundaroo. Yeah. The bundaroo of shirts. Let's say the code phrase is, I don't know, Braden lost power. Send
I like it.
Braden lost power to awpgiveaway@gmail.com. And the ridiculousness. And you can enter to win a whole bundaroo of
I'm
apparel
gonna have
for the summer.
so many emails and code phrases to go through by next week. I don't know how I'm gonna do it.
We don't do giveaways that often, so it's really exciting. This is a ton of stuff, and we want to thank all of our sponsors for jumping in on this, because this is awesome. We just reached out to them. They were all about it. They were super excited. I'm super stoked to have them all pitch in all this fun stuff, and it just feels great.
I want to give them another shout out individually.
Yeah.
I want to give a shout out to Surf Prep, Rockler, Total Boat, CNC with Me, Bumblechutes, Boss Dog Wood Glue, Calavera Toolworks, Patrick Gensel for the tray, Campfire Woodworks for the cutting board feet, and mostly I want to thank us for the swag.
Yes, we're doing the Lord's work.
Yeah. Thank you to everybody who supports this, not just the sponsors, everybody who listens, everybody shares. This has been one hell of a ride, and I can't wait to do 200 more. It's gonna be so awesome.
Well, anyways, with that, we want to thank all of our sponsors again. Thank you all of our patrons that are supporting the show. If you want to help support the show, make sure to sign up at patreon.com/anotherwoodshop podcast. Any tier level helps grow the show, helps us do more content. And now that Braden is part of the team, we're going to be expanding what you guys are getting. We're going to be doing a lot more Instagram content, social media content, just to make sure that you guys get little tidbits that you might miss if you don't listen every week. And, we're always doing fun little things behind the scenes, little giveaways, little things. So like this giveaway. And we're going to have a lot of fun sponsors and things coming up, like Maker Camp. That's coming up. We might be giving away some tickets for that.
Coming up.
And a lot of other fun goodies. So make sure to tune in. And it's been great. Braden, do you have anything else to add for your first show?
No, it is like really starting to storm here. So my electricity decided, it's going to take a break for a second.
That's fine. It's only 1:45 in the morning.
I didn't think about this when we invited Braden on. We're in the same city, so if his power goes out, there's a fair to good chance that my power will go out as well.
We're hosed by the same natural disasters
of the call.
Didn't even realize that.
You know what? You only YOLO once. I think that's the saying, right?
Yeah.
Well, guys, thank you for joining us. This has been episode 200. Tune in next week for our special guest, our new host.
201.
Braden Bowakes.
Braden Bauer, I think.
Bauer?
Yeah, Bauer.
Braden Breezy
something like
is
that.
here.
Bree unit.
Bree unit.
Thanks so much for joining us. I guess we'll see you all next week.
Hey, love you long time.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.